Week 7 Battle Royale strategy underdog preview / breakdown here with the Badge Bros. I'm Pete Overzet. You guys know the drill. Often on the clock, we're going to go through position by position, giving you a little macro overview, and then our favorite plays, specifically scroll down sleepers. We'll draft some teams, small field, Badge Bros Brawl, maybe a Dawg Bowl, and then we will spice it up. Some pick'ems. We also have the giveaway to do. We had the winners from the touchdown contest for the Underdog Masterclass. We'll be doing that today. I'm Pete with Jon and Nez. Let's get it going. All right. It's my job to cheer up Jon and Nez. You know, Jon's Mariners losing last night. Nez's Steelers losing last night. Is morale low, guys? Or are we ready to bounce back?
Oh man, Jon, you had the bigger loss, man.
I mean, boys are going through it right now. I'm not gonna lie. The 50-50 split of the Canadian group chats of berating each other between Blue Jays and Mariners fans, it's starting to wear on me a little bit. But I'm bullish about tonight. It's unfortunate the game wasn't at 5 because I was gonna go down. The game's at 3 our time, but yeah, I'm bullish. I'm feeling good. Spirits are slowly getting back, but I did wake up a little Trey Palmer this morning. I'm not gonna lie.
What is the adage? A series doesn't start until the home team wins. Is that what they say?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Try that one in the group chat. See if you get some thumbs up.
That's what they're saying this time.
That's what I've my lot in life is living vicariously through other people's group chats. I know more about David Kitchen's group chat than I do my own personal group chats. Is kind of how this goes. What about you, Nez? I was fast asleep and woke up. I get the touchdown notifications. I think it's like the old Roto Grinders account, and I see like a second Pat Freiermuth touchdown. It says like 32-31. I was like, what? That's how this game ended up.
Yeah, it didn't finish that way. No, I mean, I just am, embarrassed. I had a lot of confidence, man. I thought that this was, a slam dunk, like prime time Steelers. Let's continue the trend up, and defensively, how we're looking. Rodgers did his thing. He did his part, like there was no disappointment really offensively. You put up 32 points. What else are you really supposed to do? I still would like Chris Olave, but what are they to do? The defense, I mean, you let Joe Flacco pick you apart. Like you have just never, you don't even know who Jamar Chase is. So that was really disappointing. I'm just incredibly frustrated. It's the same old shit, man. So I'm frustrated. To say the least. Excited to talk about not the Steelers.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, we are going to be talking about this week 7 main slate. We still have a couple injury situations that I would say Debo is probably the biggest domino on the slate here. We did get some other clarity here. DeAndre Swift says he's going to play, so I'm going to kind of chalk that one up to being solidified. But any other kind of macro notes for you guys as you guys are starting to ramp up your week 7 volume here?
I'm going to be pushing the Scroller's Delight button on this one because chasing the GM combos this week ain't it. It was something Nez and I talked a lot about on Wednesday, that the Q tag associated with CeeDee Lamb, like I thought he was going to project as maybe the best player on the slate, or at least the second or third best player on the slate. A lot of those combos are long gone now, and CeeDee Lamb's really a staple of the back end of the first round, or sometimes as high as 103 now. So if you're going to be playing out that game environment in particular, your combos aren't going to project as well as some of the ones that exist earlier in the week. There's a whole chapter in the masterclass on, maybe how to approach a scenario like this. It's not going to personally stop me from drafting because I'm just going to try and find some contrarian angles to it and hope that this is the first week in which the chalk does not smash super, super hard.
Yeah, for me, this is probably the strongest I've deviated from the top end of projections all season. So I'm definitely going to have some pretty unique teams in that regard. I'm going to kind of stick to those guns and try to get unique that way because, I need to find a way to compete with those CeeDee Lamb GM teams that exist out there because I don't want to pass on Lamb in this spot. So that's really the big story for me, is like where I don't align projection wise. And we also have some really, really strong scrolls at running back this week. So this, to me, I told John Wednesday, I think this is like the best main slate we've had since like buys first started in the league. So I'm pretty excited about this slate, to be honest. I think there's a lot of fun ways that you can go.
Would you guys agree that this is the weakest first round we've had all year as far as plays? I mean, for me, it's like Jonathan Taylor, Jacobs, and then I really think if someone wanted to take Jaden Daniels there, I'd be like, okay. If someone wanted to take Trey McBride there, I'd be like, okay. Obviously, you take CD, you take Jefferson, any of the running. Like, it just feels so wide open to me after 102.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I think that was kind of what played into our thesis about the CD Lamb, that he would be that next kind of like part of the tier. There's also so much unknown with like Rashee Rice, how George Pickens will be affected by CD Lamb, what Rashee Rice's role is going to look like, who's going to play quarterback for Justin Jefferson. So yeah, the ambiguity of that next bunch there definitely makes it look that way. The Achane matchup, like, yeah, I agree with you in a big way, Pete, where it's like, I think there's one amazing play on the slate, and Jonathan Taylor's the second one.
Okay, I'm trying to solve this riddle, and I mean, I'm coming off of back-to-back days with my guest. CD. Okay, CD. All right,
I didn't CD. Know. Like CD is the 101, and he was available at pick 17 on Monday. Like,
yeah, and not to. It sounds like you guys talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. Obviously, people got CeeDee Lamb cheap. He's one of the few instances that I think about where I regret not having heavier, earlier volume, because you have a player outside of the tier one moving into tier one and allowing combos with other tier one players that none of us who are drafting later in the week are going to have access to. So yes, that's a bummer. Is it going to stop me from drafting? No, I think there's just the specter of what happened last week with the ultimate GM team winning that is making people even extra scared, because it's like, well, clearly this is going to happen. There was actually, I thought Easy did some good work in the Discord earlier the week showing some of the other really highly projected combos that were rare on the slate, and they don't often hit, right? Like, these things happen every week. It's the nature of the peer-to-peer games we're playing. And we've made fun of GMs because they almost never hit, every once in a while, like last week, it hits, but it's not going to, get me off of drafting because someone has, CeeDee Lamb paired with Josh Jacobs once or whatever.
No. To be honest, it opens an avenue that contrarian leverage is worth more, because everybody's chasing combos that won't project as well with the CD stuff. You know what I mean? So it actually makes the added value to the scroll plays later in the week, the stuff that won't be paired with the early CD stuff.
For sure. Yeah, that's a really, really good point. That's the dynamic we talk about all the time with best ball too, right? It's like, yes, they get the CLV, they can hunt for the super teams. You have the information advantage closer to lock with plays and stuff that they weren't on there. One kind of macro note, I've kind of slowed down, but in all of my early drafts, I was hammering the shit out of QJ. His ADP is on the rise here, but that Q tag made him essentially free up until this morning. I just really like that situation, because it's like, if he doesn't play, well, great. I will pivot to Keenan, who would project extremely well in that case, or whatever back there. Otherwise, you're getting, he projects as a top 8 wide receiver on the slate and was never going in the top 8 wide receiver. So I don't know if you guys have any other plays or angles that you really liked.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to like kind of just get right into it, I suppose. For me, it was like, the RB scrolls I thought were really, really strong. Vidal in this really high total in a dome against the Colts, who haven't been weak against the ground, but Vidal is the RB1 here, which is an extremely valuable, RB1 position to hold, as we well know. ADP 34.8, RB14 on the slate, really, really low owned here. I like this game environment a ton, and I think Vidal is an excellent way to play it. Not that like the Chargers are extremely high owned, but Vidal himself just really isn't. And it's just a really, really, you get a lot of strong angles with the Vidal play, obviously with ownership and how you can get access to this game. He's one of my favorite picks on the board right now.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Pete.
No, I was going to say, why don't we stay here at running back? We can do our running back breakdown, and then we can circle back to quarterback.
Yeah, sure. I agree with you, Ness. Yeah, I've been taking Vidal a decent amount in the 6-persons just to switch things up. I'm not ready to hand him the keys to the Ferrari just yet. Herbert's been running a little bit. QJ expected back this week. We know the Haskins history with I always mess up Harborough's name just because I always say it phonetically or whatever. But yeah, the connection dating back to Michigan. I'm scared about a little bit of the goal line stuff. I do think it played game script wise last week, and it was a plus matchup last week that could skew Vidal's box scores a little bit, but he's projecting like he should be in the next tier above. So yeah, why not play it? Jordan Mason feels like a fine one too. That's kind of like my favorite. If you want to flip the Rico versus Chuba stuff and just try and play it that way, maybe be my guest. I have no idea how that backfield's going to break down. It might be too deep a scroll there, but I think Mason and Vidal will probably be like the best of the 34 and a fraction tier.
Yeah. Yep. And I think it is an interesting running back slate, particularly in this middle range. The Breece Hall, Rico, Genty kind of grouping is like this so much push-pull with like game environment, projection, input volatility there. You can take takes or stands on any of those guys, and I would buy the argument. And then, you know, once you get down to kind of after Swift here, you can kind of see the ownership really plummet. Like once you get to the Jordan Mason, Vidal, Dobbins, Pacheco, you're going to be sub 20% there. I like a lot of these scrolls back here. You know, the ones I just mentioned, I think Ramondre is interesting. Obviously you get thin kind of quickly, but I feel like there's a cohort of like 5 to 6, like sub 30% guys that are pretty intriguing.
Yeah, Nez astutely pointed out the Dobbins matchup. I don't know if he has the 30 burger ceiling in him. It would have to really be like how Scatterboys got home, like 1985 and 3. Like it would have to be something of that variety. I don't think he has like 180 on the ground in his bag, even in a plus matchup. But the Pacheco uptick in workload, I'm scared about Kamara at the goal line, that it's just like always Taysom. Ramondre will be a no for me, though. I'm a Jeffrey Simmons respector after I saw, you know, how effective he's been against opposing run teams now.
What do you mean, though? I mean, with him back, is that because has he been playing? Because the Titans give up the second most points to opposing running backs on the year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's news to me because I just eyeball test last week. I was like, this dude's huge, and he's a monster versus Genty last week.
I guess my thought on the Ramondre is like there are a lot the matchup. Obviously, we've all talked about the Vrabel reunion narrative, and they still just don't trust Trevion Henderson. And so it's like, you know, where's the ball gonna go when they're running? Like it's gonna be Ramondre. So yeah, it'll be interesting to look at we can look at the prop lines later and see like how well he's projecting from like a touchdown expectation standpoint. But like I could just totally see the 2 touchdown game from Ramondre, even while being relatively inefficient.
Yeah, it's definitely what he needs. But it's pretty live to be there for him for sure.
Yeah. The other thing I should just say about the scrolls from a macro perspective, like even talking about it with JM and Ship My Money for DraftKings, it's like this is one of the more wide open running back slates we've seen, where obviously Taylor and Jacobs project well, and then you can start to poke holes in either game environment, role, etc. So to me, that makes it more viable to scroll at running back. Whereas there's been some of these previous weeks where it's like, man, you are giving up so much to go down to the Ramondre, Pacheco, Vidal, Mason types. This week, it doesn't feel like the opportunity cost is quite as high.
Yeah, I fully agree. That's kind of like what I'm kind of getting at. Like, yeah, there's projected running backs that, you know, look like they should be going every time, but I'm willing to kind of, you know, go against some of those projections. The one thing that does kind of make that difficult, like my key fade, I think this week is Breece Hall. He's ADP 19, so he does go like every single time. And I fully understand like the bull case for Breece Hall. The one thing that what I'm trying to get at is like, I thought he would have a higher ADP given like where ETR has him projected, given, you know, I thought people would maybe kind of funnel their way to him because of no Garrett Wilson, but maybe they're just so spooked off of what people saw from the Jets last week that they're just like, you know what, I'm out. But he is going to be like 98% drafted. So he still, I think, is a good fade. I think I'm going to continue to call that my fade and a good one here. Just team Panthers are underrated, man. And I think the Jets are a dumpster fire. So I'm going to continue to hammer Breece Hall. I think where he can bury me is he's just like uber involved in the pass game. But I'm going to continue to play this Breece Hall fade here in terms of like highly drafted running back who I would rather scroll instead.
Yeah, I had a decent amount of him in the early going, Nez, when he started at like 29 and he was like beside Genty down there. And now as he's like steamed up a little bit and caught a bit and the ownership's going to be there, I tend to agree with you. I mean, it's the evergreen debate of like, can you do enough with just isolated volume in, not the best matchup on a bad team? I don't know. Maybe it's just like a buy the talent thing, but there's players beneath him that like I think have similar and or greater ceilings that I would take. In particular, the two that you mentioned with Mason and Vidal, and then Genty was a guy I'm taking over him.
The Breece Hall dynamic's a pretty funny one in practice this week for drafts, because it is the widest disparity of like, if you're in someone who's just autoing or a slave to ETR ranks, he will go extremely high. ETR has a really strong projection on him. If you're in a room where no one has him, like he'll slide 3 picks past ADP because everyone's like, Breece Hall, I don't want anything to do with this Jets team. So I will see picks where he goes in the first round at like pick 6. And I've seen drafts where he goes at 25. So wide range there. And if you're doing the Dawg Bowls, like I did a few yesterday, like he's just a fixture of the middle of the first round because people are way more projection and rank pilled over there. So that's just one note I would say on Breece Hall. Even if you're skeptical or you are skeptical, try to get the best price because there is some pretty big room to room variance there.
Here's a fun stat. This has a lot of caveats. The main caveat being this is for plays that take place when the win probability is between 12 and 88%. But I mean, essentially wiping out garbage time. The Panthers are first in rush success rate allowed in terms of like good run defense. 26% in rush success rate allowed are the Panthers when the game is not out of reach.
Who's the worst in that parameter?
The Cowboys.
Okay.
50%.
Okay, so it's so it's almost like double as bad kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just trying to frame the
for some context. Yeah. Good shout.
What do you guys? I feel like one of the trickier decisions for me this week, and I mentioned it, of like kind of choose your own adventure, starting as early as 103. John, I know you're doing CD there, but how are you guys handling like Achane, Barkley, specifically in round 1? Are you guys even, light, or over there?
I'm over on Saquon. I am Martin Gailing, Saquon. Most matchups, but this one specifically, I just think makes like a ton of sense. I think there's a lot of ways where Saquon smashes in this spot. Achane, I am extremely light on Achane. He broke a really strong run against the Chargers, which was like, which is what he can do, but he just doesn't have like, I mean, he does obviously have a ceiling. We just saw it. I think his range of outcomes, there's a lot more opportunities for him to bust than I think Saquon in this spot here. Just kind of how I'm seeing it. Really, really strong Cleveland defense on the road. The Miami offense is absolutely just like putrid right now. I'm fading Achane pretty heavily here, given the game total, given the matchup.
Yeah, the one bull case you could say about Achane is like if their run defense is so good and the wins play up that they'll just dump off to him 10 times and he'll do his best like CMC impersonation with probably a more explosive profile than CMC right now, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I think I haven't looked at my exposures this week and I don't want to look at my exposures right now. So I would venture to guess I'm light on both, but I'm heavier on Saquon. Because I spent the whole early part of the week with my first 30 just being like, I want to pair as much CD plus Jefferson as I can. So I was basically full fading after 102.
Yep. I think that's a pretty good rundown of the running back position. Let's head over. Oh, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I got the classic John gal brain butt in at the last moment as we're about to close the segment here. Is there any way with no DeMarcado anybody wants to play Bam Knight and or Michael Carter?
I think you just answered your question with the and or.
Okay,
right?
sure, yeah.
It's like I think we could get there if it was just a clean, one running back spot. But man, just that the potential split there is pretty gross.
I think there's times, depending on what your run out looks like in Dawg Bowl, where you can consider them.
I would not be opposed to clicking Bam Knight's name in the last round of a Dawg Bowl this week.
For sure.
And I was answering that from a
yes,
of course.
I will defer to you guys on the Dawg
Bowl.
That's
my well, if I'm gonna give John a little something here, I'll Bam Knight in the 6th round if you've got a 3 wide receiver team.
Okay, and who wants to look stupid next week?
How so?
What do you guys think the backfield split between Rico and Chuba is this week?
They're telling us what it is.
What do you think?
It's Rico.
You think that's what Canales is saying with those ambiguous quotes about him earning a role?
Oh yeah. Those are Rico riddles for sure. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube there.
I agree. I think the thing that's still just hit, and I was kind of talking about it with Shit My Money and looking at the Run the Sims inputs for how they were doing the market share. And I think they have it 70% Rico, 30% Chuba. And it is even the week that he went off against the Dolphins, they gave Trevor Etienne 4 carries. And so the question is Chuba in the 4 carry range or is he in the 10 carry range? Because I think if he's in the 4 carry, Rico's an uber smash. If he's in the 10K, he's or the 10 touch range, that it's a really, really dicey pick where you're just praying for a Rico touchdown to pay off. I think the truth is probably in the middle. If I had to give my balls carry projection for him and set the line for Underdog and I was on the hook for an efficient line, I think I'd say 6.5 touches. Would you guys take the higher or lower on Chuba touches there?
I think it's a really good line.
Rush attempts, yeah.
I'd go higher because I think the Panthers win.
Okay, so they get
but
the
I like
opportunity
the line
to give.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it 7.5. I think 6.5 is a good number.
Okay. Well, I'm not giving out any Boost-tobers. Although I should, because the house always wins, and I have not been the house this season. All right, let's head to quarterback. We had to let John talk about Bam or Bo Knight there. I get it. Quarterback. I mean, deep week at quarterback. Obviously, some really strong options at the top. Daniels, Mahomes, Prescott. And then I would say there's kind of a tier break there. You're getting into the rushing guys, Hurts, May, Caleb, pretty intriguing, and Herbert. And then more Konami code guys, Jones, Fields, Nix, Dart. You can include Love and Bryce Young maybe in there. But a lot of ways to go at quarterback. How have you guys been playing it?
A lot of Mahomes for me. A lot of Mahomes. Really enjoying getting him early and then just scrolling at running back, tacking on Kelsey, tacking on we'll get the tight ends. Tight end is super deep. I love just drafting Mahomes and figuring it out because I think his floor to ceiling ratio is just one of the best I think we've seen all season. Against the Raiders, where the Chiefs still can't run the ball. They're giving Pacheco more work, but they can't run. And you can't even run on the Raiders to begin with. So, and I don't know if you guys know, Rashee Rice just returned for the Chiefs.
What?
That's gonna be pretty beneficial for Patrick Mahomes because he's the quarterback. I think Mahomes goes absolutely crazy here. At home, division rival, Rashee Rice return game. They can't run the ball. I don't know how Mahomes walks out of here with less than 20 points, and you can go from there from a ceiling standpoint.
Not that you have to get super granular, but what has been kind of your split of naked, skinny, double, and who is your preferred stacking partner?
I always stack it. So it's either Kelsey late, Worthy late, Rice if I can get Rice, and then in Dawg Bowls I've even taken Hollywood in the 6th.
Okay.
Times because he's going to be 10% owned, and I think that's ultra leverage off of Mahomes there, even though it is kind of hard to stack Mahomes in Dawg Bowl right now.
Nice.
That's a good one.
For our audio listeners, Nick, in all caps, trade for Rashi now. Also follow him and turn on notifications on the X app. There's actually 19 other comments in this thread as well.
But yeah, I love Mahomes because I think you can just figure out your lineup after that like really easily.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing any doubles with Mahomes in the big BR?
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing it. Now, do I think it's like first place equity? I think it actually does have some first place equity, but like I think cash line equity on that is like really, really strong. And fellas, I could use some wins. So we're trying to cash some lineups here.
Yeah, that's actually a new section in the masterclass coming out soon. How to min cash, because we've been bleeding trying to get first.
Trying to look good in the expected profit graphs.
I will say this is kind of just a quick like news note. Brock Bowers seen participating in practice Friday. That's a really interesting one.
It's almost as if someone on Wednesday said you should draft him with the Q tag and then swap off of it instead of taking Michael Mayer at the high ADP. It's almost as if someone said that.
Let's be careful about calling Michael Mayer's 35.6 as the tight end 10 a high ADP though.
It was Dawg Bowl specific. Dawg Bowl specific.
There you go. Always.
This guy, every time I think I got John dead to rights, he goes Dawg Bowl.
Dawg Bowl.
What?
The Dawg Bowl is the play it in the GPP of my generation. Dawg Bowl.
That's so funny.
I'm surprised you haven't converted to full 12-person draft, bro, because you could get away with any of your bullshit over there. It was a 12-person draft, 72 players gone. I mean, what do you want?
Honest to God, man, that pool is so sharp that like the Brontosaurus flex there, I never would have got to Keyshawn Booty. As far as I ever scrolled last week, I don't think I still would have got to Keyshawn Booty. So shout out to that play from last week. Quarterback stuff here. My biggest angle this week is, I'm generally speaking quite flat at quarterback. My biggest angle is like the contrarian scrolls to add to them because of the Konami code upside there. And then the guys that are in the upper echelon of the player pool, I'm trying to play them in a contrarian fashion. So I'm trying to play Jalen Hurts skinny stack this week and like hope that game environment pushes a little bit and plays through the air. So I've been doing like last two picks, like Jalen Hurts, Devontae, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, like super concentrated. Goddard, you're getting a discount on a little bit this week comparative to the weeks past, just because of the depth at the tight end pool. Justin Herbert, my highest owned, I would imagine right now. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't looked, but Justin Herbert's probably my highest owned. And then Naked Drake May would probably be second. And then I'm kind of doing whatever nobody else wants to do. Like I've done Jackson Dart once. I've done some skinny stacks with Kraft, with Love. I think Love's okay to play naked on our site in the 6-persons too, because it's so hard to pick a stacking partner. Bo Nix Sutton is going to be like overutilized. So if you do Bo Nix plus Ingram, I think it's fine. That's more of a Dawg Bowl take. But yeah, I like the scrolls this week. Done one or two Bryce Young, which Nez will approve of. But yeah.
Yeah. I think it's definitely a fun week to scroll. It's certainly, fair to be worried about guys matching Daniels, Mahomes, and Dak in those game environments. But because these guys rush, there's so much opportunity for them to score, 26, 27 points. And then you think about the opportunity cost of like the skill position player you're getting at 9, 13, 20 in winning that 2v2. That's not that hard for me to envision this week.
Yeah, that there's also fragility in that top end, Pete, where it's like if that game environment misses because 2 of the top 3 are from that isolated game environment, I think it's hard for that game environment to miss. But like imagine you get no Debo and like the pushback on like the Commander's side is like significantly worse than we would forecast it if Terry and Debo and even if some of the backup running backs were in there. If you don't get enough to push that game to 55 and it only plays like 28-14 or 24-14 and it's like pretty spread, it's 2 birds, 1 stone of contrarian leverage to knock those out and then have a quarterback below.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think You definitely, the other name I just want to mention, I do think like Caleb and Herbert are interesting here, because I don't think they're going to come in, 100% roster. And you can even see here from some of the draft caddy data, like you go from Drake May, 64% down to Caleb at 38%, Herbert at 25%. That's a pretty steep drop off, and pretty intriguing to me. And I think I kind of want to be, I'll probably end up being a little lighter Hurts in May and kind of heavier Caleb in Herbert is kind of how I'm trending right now.
Yeah, I think people are kind of slowing down on Caleb because there were like some weather concerns there. It looks like it's going to be fine in terms of like game effects there, but just the fact that it has like a yellow orange from Roth and it's going to rain, and yeah, it's windy but not like too impactful. I think people are going to kind of go the other way on that, but I'm with you, man. If Caleb's going to come in at 30 something %, that's going to be like impossible for me to stay away from in this spot.
And I would say too, he's a really good quarterback to roll naked. He's getting DJ Moore back. Rome in a bit of a slump. I'll have plenty of stacks with Rome, but it's not hard to see Caleb with the rushing, with the spread out offense, kind of split tight end stuff. Like he's a really good naked quarterback in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's nice that he's going to have a full trio of weapons this week. Like we got the DJ Moore in already. We got the snip snap on Swift earlier, and Loveland, who's like, whatever you're going to say about Loveland's role, it's just another good body for him to be out there as well.
I think this is like the one case that I'll go out and say, maybe we say this a lot. This feels like a good slate to play Caleb naked because
yeah,
if he's only drafted 30% of the time, I would bet over half the time, well over half the time.
Oh yeah,
that's a stack with Rome.
Yeah,
so that's immediate leverage. Like, what if Rome's not catching the touchdowns and
yeah.
Caleb's also running like that? When you have an ownership that like it's not like super low, but it's like high enough that he's getting like when he's getting taken, he's being stacked. Like I think that's a really fun angle to kind of get different and just take Caleb naked.
Yep.
Well said, Nez. I think that's a really astute point, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Can I just put something on the record right now, just in case New Me, Hope, and or Brett are listening right now? The JJ McCarthy in Dawg Bowls being drafted, Carson Wentz swap thing, it has to be back-end initiated, because if they're both active and one's the emergency quarterback, as long as JJ McCarthy does not play a snap, he should get an out tag and then swap to the late window. He shouldn't get the out tag prior and get swapped in the first window unless they want to do that. So if one of you guys is listening right now, that's in play this week, because someone in the chat's asking, they've obviously done the stack or something. So let's get ahead of that one to make sure we have a manual out tag for a swap for that situation, provided he does not play a snap in the first window.
Yeah, which obviously really limits your quarterback options for the swaps and in the 12 persons. If Dimes is gone, Herbert will be gone, Prescott will be gone, Daniels will be gone, Love will probably be gone. So then you're looking at Kyler and Nix, or Jacoby and Nix is basically all that would reliably be there for you on a swap.
Yes, or Dart, I guess.
Yeah, does Dart go in the Dawg Bowl 12 rounds or kind of?
Not every time, but most of the time.
Gotcha. Any other quarterback takes? You guys want to hop over to wide receiver here?
No, I think we covered it pretty well.
Yep. Let's head over to wide receiver. We mentioned Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb here at the top. Rashee Rice, an early second round pick. The Pickens price been, dipping with enthusiasm for Lamb, I think rightfully so. And then you start to enter kind of a long tier here. This Debo Q tag, probably the most impactful Q tag on the slate right now. This Quentin Johnston Q tag is fake. He's going to play. Any high-end thoughts at wide receiver?
I'm interested in Michael Pittman. Just getting right into a scroll here for me. 35.4 ADP, going to be super low owned in these BRs, and we don't have Josh Downs playing. And while Josh Downs is not a full-time receiver, he's like a 60% route participation guy. I still think that this is a pretty huge deal for Pittman in a matchup that looks like it's going to be a really fun back and forth spot. And we've seen Danny Dimes have a pretty strong connection with Pittman as is so far this season. Not the softest matchup in the world, but by all accounts, this game looks like it's going to be a fun back and forth spot. I don't think it's going to be a Pittman shutdown game by any means, but I really like him in terms of like his floor to ceiling ratio here in this spot. Just seems like a really fun scroll.
Yep. He was on my list as well there, Nez. People are also thirsty to play Alec Pierce in the Dawg Bowls right now. I know I did a share of it this morning there alongside a Charger skinny. So I like that one. I think Quentin Johnston with the Q tag and the fact that Herbert is stacked with Ladd so frequently, full practice today. You're always scared about re-aggravation with a hamstring, but that was a skinny stack in the 6 persons I was doing. Worthy is direct leverage off Rice. Addison's direct leverage off JJJ. You could say third and Keenan alongside that same vein as the leverage off of Ladd, who goes ahead of both of them if you want to play whack-a-mole. Wan'Dale Robinson, nobody's taking in the 6 persons, and he's a target share monster and probably never going to line up against Patrick Surtain because they move him around a lot. It looks like no Slayton again. Could be kind of fun. Trey Tucker and DJ Moore was the end of my list there.
Yeah, I think in the 6-mans, I'm not going past Keenan here as far as these guys. I'll probably live in this range. The toughest one I've had, and I think you guys kind of nailed it with the Jordan Love, is like I had Golden and Dobbs on my short list. I'll do a couple skinnies with both of them, but I do think it's just better to play Love naked. It's just harder to see these guys going for 20 plus. I mean, I know Dobbs did it, but it required what was that, a 3 touchdown game it took to get to 20. So I don't know how much we can count on that. I was talking about it with Shit My Money a little bit, and I love like the Addison and Devontae Smith guys just because we know they're ballers. We know they hit downfield. They speed up the game. Like those guys are the perfect kind of scroll down wide receivers for me.
I have a ton of Addison. Yeah, really like the spot for him. It's either him or Jefferson going off this week. There's just like no way it's not one of the two. It could be both. It could even be both. They could even like have fun clowning on Adoree Jackson. They could take turns. But someone's doing it, and it's probably going to be Addison. This game should be pretty fun. I hope it's fun. Addison just feels pretty inevitable, though. I'm not going to lie. This feels like the quintessential Addison week.
Nice, dude. Yeah, the Quinion Mitchell stuff that we talked about on Wednesday there, Nez, now trending towards the fact that he's going to play. Does that make you like, oh, let's play the guy that's on the opposite side of him? Because, he has been a problem, right? And like Sutton's basically the only guy to get home against him this year.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I know that he's going to shadow Jefferson or not. Even if he does, it's still Justin Jefferson. I think you could probably sound smart and take him against any corner in the league and look correct. But I kind of agree with the thesis that I don't think it's a boost, but I think that there's a chance that we get a ceiling outcome because of it. Like I think that's totally in play.
Yeah, the nice thing is knowing that we're getting Carson Wentz too. That's something we talked about on Wednesday, where it's like if we got JJ, it'd feel like a little grosser that like, oh, this might turn into squeeze the air out of the ball for the Phillies side and like stuff like that. Like the Carson Wentz revenge game narrative coupled with the fact that, he's thrown for 5 touchdowns over the last 3 games. He's had greater than 14.5 fantasy points in 3 straight. Like it does feel considerably better to get to these plays knowing now that Carson Wentz is at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one last one. What are you guys doing? Diggs last week was very popular stack with Drake May. Now he's outside of this, 100% draft window and won't be paired with him near as much. Do you guys have any intrigue with Stephon Diggs at 33.6 ADP?
I mean, the new Q tag as of a Friday is not overly encouraging, but that'll help other people stay away.
I thought this is interesting. Yeah, I missed that. He's been limited all week. Yeah, so I thought he was limited, and then full on Friday, carrying the Q tag.
I think he's fine. I think he'll play, and I think the fact that he does have the Q tag makes him a better pick because people are going to be off that. This is definitely an interesting game where it's like they're not going to get pushed. Like if they are getting pushed, Cam Ward breakout game. That would be impressive because they're not going to run on the Patriots. So I think this is kind of an interesting spot for Diggs, just because we kind of seen the route participation go up. We've seen the efficiency in terms of targets really, really ramp up until last week, whenever he did get kind of screwed by some OPIs like 2 times. So yeah, I think Diggs is like a good play because May is so popular. Like, how often is Diggs being paired with May? Like, I don't think it's happening all that much. I think people are playing May naked way more than they're stacking him.
I think he'd probably be. I think if you had to rank how May's being played, it's naked, it's Henry, it's Booty, then it's Diggs. So there is some leverage in just doing that.
I mean, I'd still probably flip Diggs and Booty, but
I
do think like it's a huge, like the biggest indicator is when the pass catcher goes ahead of the quarterback in ADP, like Diggs did that last week against New Orleans. It's like the stack is just there over and over again. When the quarterback goes first, people are very content not to backstack and have it spread out more. So it's almost like they use the ADP as the permission of like, no, I'm drafting the quarterback because of the quarterback, and the additional pieces don't matter as much. All right, let's head over.
I got one last one. Marv Harrison, if we get Jacoby Brissett again. Full practice today, non-contact jersey. Looks like he's going to clear protocol. He's buried.
He's going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have anything nice to say, so I won't say anything.
I'll say, John, like I like it.
Okay.
I like it. With Jacoby there, they're gonna be playing from behind. They're gonna throw a lot. I like it. Now I don't know how much I'm gonna get there, but like I like the shout like a lot. But yeah,
conceptually, John, it's a great idea, but we're not gonna put our dollars on it. Is what we're trying to say. As a thought exercise, it's very titillating. All right. Tight ends here. Kind of the clear big 2 this week by ADP. Trey McBride, Tyler Warren. You got Ferguson sliding, obviously, with Lamb back. Kraft, kind of the usage concerns, like with all the Packers pass catchers have kind of cropped up. Kelsey is an interesting one just with this team total, but then you have Rice back and you worry about, duplicative skill sets there a bit. And then you're in full on scroll territory. All these guys after are going to be sub 40% from Goddard, Ertz, Fannin. No Njoku this week, by the way. Henry, Mayer, be careful of the Bauer stuff. Taylor, Waller, Ingram. Where are you guys looking at tight end?
Strong tight end. So you want to start, John?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I don't get the first 2, I think there's great fragility in the next like 6 or 7 there. And I think they're being overdrafted relative to the rest of the scrolls there. I think people are really frothy to play Fannin right now. They thought they were so fucking sharp all week, like jamming them early and being like, yeah, I know Njoku's going to miss, bro. Like, look at me. And they were showing off early and they've really like steamed him, where his ownership is actually probably going to come in higher than both Goddard and Ertz, if I were just to guess on this week. Plus, he'll be like a swap option for people early in the week. I think there's some really fun, like deep scrolls.
Yeah, I don't think Fannin's not going to flip Ertz because Ertz projects really well. ETR ranks have Ertz high, and with the Debo stuff and nothing else, like Ertz is going to hold strong. But yeah, I agree with you on Fannin's team though a bit. I just like you even look at these ownership, like there's a pretty big gap from Ertz to Fannin, and I still think it's just really, really hard for the field in the 6-mans to get down to even the tight end 8 at a high clip. It's just like there's just a mental block that I think will always keep it, sub 30%. That said, people are also like terrified of the passing in this game environment. We're getting like 60 mile per hour wind gust forecast. So I don't think people, Waddle falls in all these drafts. I just don't know if anyone wants to do anything with this game other than Achane and Judkins.
Yeah, I'm kind of there. It is difficult to get past like just how strong of a play Fannin is, and like how much is the weather kind of keeping his projections and his pick'ems down, because I mean he looks better than Judy right now in projections. No Njoku, like he's a beast, man. Like obviously, like we all love Harold Fannin. And Miami sucks, but like, yeah, how much is this weather actually going to keep him from doing well? I don't know. Tight end 8 is like a very, very. I mean, that the fan and bet, that is like that's a nice bet. Tight end 8 there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of leverage off the Judkins stuff going early too, but like his stat line shit is just like completely inflated by the 52 pass attempts last week, right? Like he gets 10 targets. Like if like both things can't be true in my estimation. Like I don't think the Browns are going to put up like 30 here, like put up 35, and like Gabriel throws for 2 and Judkins runs for 2. So it's kind of like one or the other. I guess it's good leverage. But like, yeah, if these wins play up and they only throw like 24, 28 times, like they're quote unquote supposed to comparative to last week, like what's Fannon's true ceiling? Like 5-40-1?
I do think that's the knock on Fannin is I think the floor is pretty high relative to a typical tight end 8 on a slate. Yeah. But the like 20-point ceiling, I mean, it's not even just him. It's just like that entire game environment. It has what, a 39-point total. Like he would have to bank 2 TDs, I think, to like smash. But I mean, how many slates in a row do we see a 15-point score win? And we see a lot of these weeks where it's like you get the floor from like the McBride and Warren guys, and they have like 13 or 14. And then there's a few of the scrolls that hit the touchdown and they score 14 or 15, and you go through the leaderboard and it's like, you could have had the elite tight end or you could have nailed the scroll, and it doesn't actually really matter what you do at tight end that week.
Right. Yeah. It kind of does feel like that because like there's a lot of dudes who I kind of want to click right now. Like Hunter Henry being tight end 9 alongside that Drake May stuff. Like you instantly get like leverage in your skinny stacks with that. That one feels good. Mason Taylor, there's literally no other pass catcher there. So if they're playing trailing script and they're just going YOLO ball in the 4th, and it doesn't even matter if they're down 24-0, like we could see what Fields did against the Chargers, ? When they were down like 1 million, or was it against the Lions? No, Dallas, my bad. The game where they were like down 1 million against Dallas early, and then he gets all his fantasy points in the 4th quarter. Like there's no one else to throw to. So like that's kind of fun. I've done 1 or 2 TJ Hawkinson in the 6 persons too. Like where you just flip the narrative on exactly what we were saying with Addison, but it's 2 through the air to Hawkinson. Like,
can I make a confession? I didn't know I know that the Vikings are on the slate, and I know TJ Hawkinson is on the Vikings. I did not know he was on the slate or someone that I could theoretically click a button and have him join my team until you just said his name right now.
I mean, yeah, dude, people are off Hawkinson, but yeah, I think it's definitely a plus that he has Wentz in one more time, and he's at home. Eagles could push the game here if they can finally get some offense going. If I can offer my deep scroll offer to the chat, to the people here, can I interest you in a Rodney Gadsden, fellas?
I was gonna say I really liked John's take on Wednesday. I heard you mention about like QJ being back, and like part of the Gadsden thesis was that he's on the field a little bit more, helping when QJ wasn't, just how they wanted to deploy personnel. So that take earwormed itself in me, and I haven't been doing 12 mans, but Gadsden to me in the 12 seems like a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good pick in 6 mans.
Really?
I mean,
yes.
I mean, dude, he dusted Will Dissly in route participation, right? And they ran a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, even without QJ. Like Trey Harris had the most route participations among wide receivers. They still ran a ton of like 11 personnel, and Gadsden ran a 77% of routes, 22% of targets. I mean, dude, he's nice. Like, and we know how much they've loved him preseason. And this is such a fun environment where like this game could go back and forth. It could shoot out. And then we get Gadsden usage here again and just like tack a touchdown to that score. And we're talking about Gadsden way, way different here. 33% of end zone targets was Oronde Gadsden. I mean, he's real. He's absolutely arrived. Like it would shock me if all of a sudden in this spot, like now we got to give Will Dissly the routes again. Like, why did he have him last week? I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's just like you look at the market share for like Keenan, QJ, and Ladd, and it's just like either Ladd is just going back to the dumpster pile, or like someone's got to be the odd man out here. Cause like as much as we all like Herbert, like 4 guys plus Vidal, it's just really hard to see.
For sure. And I think the sad outcome is that it's probably Ladd, but we are seeing Keenan, kind of take a dip as well in terms of like his usage. He's definitely tailed off from his hot start. So yeah, I'm willing to take Gadsden though, man.
Okay.
I really hope this is the quintessential tight end doesn't matter slate, like Pete said, because there are a lot of fun like scrolls for the 12 persons to match scores this week. Mm-hmm. Like we just talked about all those guys through like tight end 8 through 15 essentially. And you could even spin the narrative that like Taysom falls into the end zone again. You can go Theo Johnson has no Slayton out there, no Neighbors out there. He had 2 touchdowns like a couple weeks ago. Juwan Johnson could be an end zone target. Sanders comes back. And what does that mean for a potential, an environment that we're excited about the Panthers? Like Calvin Ridley's going to miss. Can we play Chig, who had 6 targets and 6 catches last week? Like this is a very deep, like tight end whack-a-mole slate that it's kind of like, I hope no one matters and breaks the slate because everyone could matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one other name that I'll mention here, I do like Mason Taylor, a good bet. He's kind of like the Michael Mayer without the Brock Bowers risk. Garrett Wilson already been ruled out, like going to be the clear focal point in the passing game. Even in that game last week against the Broncos, which was just like a crime against humanity, he saw his highest route participation of the year. He's up to 82%. I think we can kind of throw that one out. And if they are struggling to run the ball on Carolina, like he should see 6 to 7 targets here. And then you're just, crossing your fingers and praying he gets in the end zone. But I think pretty good bet down in this range.
What do you guys think? Like the floor is very low on like a Mason Taylor plus Fields stack, but like the ceiling is literally slate winning in 6 persons. What do you think that combo of those 2 would be owned in the 6 persons?
Incredibly small. Well, maybe a little bit. I mean, if you look at Taylor based on this is 3% and Fields is 9%. People are going to scroll to Taylor without Fields. A good chunk. I mean, it's probably, 1%.
That's got my Windhursts up. That's kind of fun, man.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to play the Carolina side of it because Carolina could be super spread out this week with literally everybody returning and a split backfield.
And you get the uber leverage on 100% owned Breece Hall and very pricey Breece Hall shares too.
Yeah.
Baby. All right. Should we do a little small field drafting here?
Let's do it.
Should also say a couple other housekeeping things. We are going to do the giveaway for the masterclass that we teased last week. We got some winners. We'll put those on a wheel after we do some drafting and before we do pick'ems. Should also mention, as always, the Underdog Masterclass. It is available for purchase. The second you download it, you'll get access to a treasure trove of information to help you become a better Battle Royale player. And you will also automatically get an email to add all of the audio from the course, both the lessons and the roundtable conversations, which is just a fancy way to say additional podcasts about us talking about these combos. You can put it in any app of choice you like there, whether you're Spotify, iTunes, whatever. So very seamless from the tech perspective, and you can always get promo code or 10% off with promo code badge. So check that out if you guys have not. I saw someone asking earlier in the chat about recommended contest selection. They referenced the Deposit Kingdom tournament. Guess what? In the masterclass, John has been updating it week by week, the best contest based on your specific goals. And in the masterclass, we outline, various examples for bankroll management and contest selection, depending on how you kind of classify yourself and your bankroll. All right, guys.
Pretty funny comment in the chat from Go AZ Cards that John will not be doing the how to min cash masterclass video.
I mean, after this week, it might be our only choice here. All right, Let's hop into Deposit Kingdom 1. This is a small field tournament here, 1,104 entrants. So as we always say, you've got to be, recalibrating kind of how you think about correlation and what you're doing here, because we don't need to beat 50,000 plus entrants like we do in the main BR. But we got this tricky spot, guys, at 104.
Yeah, this is a pivotal decision point in the game tree this week. I guess hoping one of the wide receivers comes back to you and trying to get a little game stack stuff going on feels good. Or you have the tough decision between those upper echelon running backs that we all think are kind of in this little pocket and tier of their own there. Pete, I just wanted to hit on something because you had the Solver up there. Shout out to the people at Solver working so effing hard just to keep improving their product. They are implementing this week. Make sure you guys, actually it's already in there. Make sure you guys go to your Chrome store and hit the update developer mode, then update in the extensions there to make sure once you sync your exposures, you will see that they now have combinatorial ownership percentages relative to your exposures, which is very cool. So something we've talked about at nauseum, both here in the masterclass, is like, hey, how your combos match up and making sure you're not, densely overexposed to just two at the top end tethered together over and over again and giving yourself a thin path. Now you can really figure that all out as you go.
All right. H.E.N. Jefferson, Judkins, Lamb. I'm definitely good with either Jefferson or Lamb here.
I'd go Lamb.
Yeah. Let's do it.
GA brings up a good point in the chat that some of these time box contests, aka dropped later in the week, there is no advantage to the CD stuff. So just knowing that he doesn't exist at 17 or whatever.
Let me do my job, GA. I was just gonna say that.
I wanted the credit for it.
Santa brought it early. Damn it, GA. Great. The chat's too sharp. No, it's absolutely true. If you're scared of CDCLV, 3 entries in the Deposit Kingdom to get some shares.
That's when you hear. If you're scared, does your mind instantly go to church?
Sometimes.
No. Sometimes
I'm familiar.
I'm scared. I was like, go to church.
That too. Go to church and push the plane. Be respectful.
All right. We are on the clock. I will say I have not tried DAC doubles, premium doubles with Pickens and Lamb. We could always do Daniels. You can go Javonte. What do you guys want to do?
What do you like better, John? Pickens or Javonte? With a CD start.
With a CD start, I'd take Jaden, to be honest. I wouldn't put either of them.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine to do the double stack like Pickens CD, but I kind of actually really like this combo and then just not picking anyone else from that game environment and building out something different.
I've been doing it every which way, like Nez. I've done it like you said. I've even done like Dak, Javonte, CD. I do think it's the kind of game where I'm a little less worried about the conventional correlation docs, because if it does play to those extreme scenarios, you're just not going to give a shit that, there's a slight doc to Javonte and CD's ceilings. But I do think it's worth thinking through like how these guys hit. The one thing I really do like about the Jaden Daniels stuff right now is, specifically in a contest like this, I love the idea of doubling him with Debo and Ertz. First of all, if they both play great, you got a nice premium double. And if not, like Ertz is going to project really, really strongly if Debo misses, and then you just get a clean swap to a decent wide receiver there.
Yeah, I like that too. Everyone's, kind of clamoring about Ertz on the injury report. It's questionable. He went DNP full limited, and then Debo went DNP limited. So I'm okay with Ertz.
You guys want to go Pickens here? He slides all the way back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or do you just want to grab Debo?
I think we can do both.
Yeah, I like the Pickens stuff. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I don't mind doing I don't mind doing the double without Dak.
No, not in this size field at all.
No. They both score 20, and then Daniel scores 24, and Dak only scores 22.
Boom.
Light work, baby. Light work. The Debo stuff's interesting because on paper it's such a freaking smash spot too. Like Hayden had some really good. I went through it on the paywall stream yesterday, but Hayden had some really good stuff about like man coverage splits and zone coverage. And Debo's always been the zone beater, and he's kind of like that hybrid running back coupled with wide receiver. And they might be missing, Chris Rodriguez as well, which means can you give him an extra 2 carries or potentially a Galaxy Brain goal line setup play for a jet sweep or something? Absolutely. So it's such a good matchup for Debo. It's just unfortunate that Q tag, and if he's legitimately hurt after he didn't make good on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, to me it's like one of the more, I don't want to say low risk, but like inviting Q tags that you'll get, because I don't think there's a huge opportunity cost at pick 20. The swaps to those other wide receivers, like a lot of those scrolls we went to, I think are really good. And he is just such a smash if he plays that I'm into it. Like I'm not scared off at this point.
Yeah. No, not at all. This spot's too good.
All right, they're going to give it to us, so we're going to take it.
Yep. Yeah, let's jam the game. Jam the chalk game.
Dude, this is how you play small field. Like, just absolutely rip it in. Watch these guys combine for 70 points, and I'll review our winning lineup on Monday's portfolio review.
That's the confidence that we need. No, this is like the dream run out. This is why I like doing these, because I just like to correlate. It's just how my brain likes seeing lineups come together, especially when you can do it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith mentioning late game. The definitely limits the swap pool, but you still have Keenan, you have Pittman, who we talked about, you have both the Green Bay guys. There's enough there. And like sometimes when this stuff breaks, like yes, if he's a game time decision, but if he's also ruled out, we might get the out tag even before the 1 p.m. slate kicks off.
Yeah, it's a really good point. QJ also enters the chat as like leverage because he wasn't drafted all week, and then you get the Q tag there, and then you can also just play whack-a-mole with any Washington wide receiver. Like Chris Moore looked kind of nice last week, professional ass wide receiver. If you want to just keep your stuff tethered to that game environment, I mean, go for it. Unless you're playing Debo as a one-off.
I think I'm down for Ertz on this, and then like whatever you guys want to do at running back.
Oh, you want to go full game environment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, if Debo's ruled out, like I want to have the Daniels Ertz stack supercharged there.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah, I want Ertz there too.
But John. I'll let you some good options at scroll running back here if you want.
Yeah, I'm quite a proponent of playing Genty this week. I know it's hard to run on the Chiefs, but just like the bullish coach speak about like making sure he gets 20 plus touches, blah, blah, blah. Like I think they really know what they have in Genty. And I know that the offensive line play has been terrible in a vacuum, but I'm just playing the volume of that game environment where the only way in a divisional battle they keep it close is via Genty.
Yeah, I've been clicking him a good bit too, and I also love you get the concentrated workload. Like they've given him the full keys to the kingdom, and he's the guy that can kind of crater like the Mahomes stuff from getting there. Like if he's slowing the game down, if they're sustaining drives, if he scores a couple touchdowns, like it's a way that just mucks up all of that Chief stuff. So yeah, I like that angle a good bit too. I was just going to say death taxes and people showing off in the Deposit Kingdom contest. Trevion Henderson selected here.
I love it.
At 6-1. You guys always know. Every time I'm just about ready to move on, someone says, Pete, not so fast. I got something for you to comment on. How do you like this? Skate to where the puck's going to be in 6 weeks.
I love it. 6 weeks.
6 seasons.
6 seasons.
Okay. All right. Let's do a Badge Bros brawl here as we peruse through the lobby.
This is really where people show off.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, random Josh Jacobs Q tag with sickness. Wow, CD truly is the 101 this week.
Well, he's been on the Q. He's had a Q tag for most of the week. Jacobs hasn't he?
I haven't seen
another limited. Yeah, it says another limited practice.
Yeah, limited. Apparently, he has like severe chalkitis. So
nice. Well done, Nezzy. That was a banger. That was a banger.
I'm trying hard, but yeah, that's Jacobs, man.
You must have been sleeping well with the family in town, dude.
How's how are you juggling the family and the drafting, Nez?
It's taken a huge hit in terms of seeing my family. It's not. No. Sorry. I'm sorry.
The first half.
I'm sorry. No. My draft volume has like taken a huge hit though. I'm not gonna lie. I've been on top of like licking my wounds and like having the family here. I'm just like, let me just reset a little bit. And then the Steelers just lost. I'm like, let me focus on what matters. Yeah, we're both just like fucking shit. It's fun to commiserate with your father to watch your favorite team.
All right, what do you guys want to do here at 1-2 Badge Bros Brawl? 3-person drafts, folks.
Take the best play on the slate. His name is CeeDee Lamb.
All right. CeeDee all day here.
100% exposure, on stream exposure. Aren't you worried? Absolutely
not. I got a really fun idea for this if it happens.
Oh boy. Your definition of fun in these drafts is just not congruent with everybody else's, but
if I've learned anything this show, your definition of fun involves terrible plays on the Arizona Cardinals is kind of the theme.
Not quite.
Not that much fun.
All right, here we go. This is what you want to happen. So now you get to put Jefferson with him, and then we play scroll the F down, passing double stack with Goddard and your pass catcher of choosing alongside Jalen Hurts in the 3-man.
Wait, you had me with the Goddard part. What you mean, any quarterback or?
No, you pick the wide receiver you want with Hurts and Goddard.
You're saying double stack or okay, I got you.
Yeah, and you play the double stack off of JJ, and then you get to pick your running back of choice as well because you can either take Judkins and be like go for it. Go
take Hurts first because Hurts is going to go unless you want Judkins, but because Hurts could go before us. You know, people like to have some fun in here, and whether that's taking our ideas or getting even cuter than that. This guy's trying hard though. He's got Rashee Rice in the 3rd.
Someone needs to show off here. Otherwise, John's gonna feel the need to make a scene.
No, he's making a scene.
I think it's a really good scroll in this contest in particular because Hurts is QB4. He won't be 100% drafted. And then all the skill position players that you stack with him won't be drafted in this size.
All right, we're basically wait, sorry, I still think I'm lost. Do you want AJ Brown as part of this?
You get to choose whether you want Devonta Smith or AJ Brown. That's on you, Pete.
Wow. You're going to let me choose between those two?
Yeah, and then Nez gets to choose the running back.
All right.
Wow. All right. I think in the Badge Bros Brawl, I'm going to go ahead and take AJ Brown for us. And Nez, you can all the running back slots are taken. So anyone you want here, we're going to be able to get.
Can you scroll even further past this this beautiful array of top 4 running backs? Let's do Vidal. Let's do my guy. I like Kamani Vidal. Let's draft him here. We'll be one of the only teams that draft him.
Michael, I got news for you. Michael says it's got to be Judkins this late, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, based on what I just clicked, it doesn't got to be. Apparently, it didn't have to be.
I will say one macro thing just because of the running back plays in the 3 persons being really tethered to those big 4, let's call it. Judkins maybe being like the 5th of that if people do build 1-1-3-1s, they will almost always feature one of those top 5 running back plays. So we think we're like contrarian leverage right now by doing a scroll the F down double stack there. But like we're extra so because the other people that choose to do this with the Eagles in this will be tethered to a top end running back, and Barkley being one of those 5, which means there's only 4 plays left.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. As always, make sure you guys are drafting in the Badge Bros Brawl in the Deposit Kingdom. Nez, do you want to multi-table DBQs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. John, hop in. Nez, hop in. 6 more people needed for an on-stream DBQ. Nez, I think, hopped in right as it
I was the canary in the coal mine, and I did not make a peep.
Well, here's the good news, Nez. You just said your volume's down, so this is an opportunity for you to get 2 drafts in.
That was actually really nice of you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm in the overflow. There's 6 more spots.
You didn't get in this one?
No, I'm slow, Pete.
What?
Damn.
So we somehow ended up. There's 3 different drafts.
Yeah,
man, Underdog should hire us to be Dawg Bowl influencers.
Jeez, man.
Snap filled.
Yeah. That's incredible. And of course, I get an 11 pick in the first one and 12 in the other. I mean, I just live in the back end of these boards, man. I actually like it now. I like it. I don't want access to Jonathan Taylor or CeeDee Lamb. Actually, I'm good.
I've been doing the double dribbles this week, Nez, and I still haven't rolled a top 5 pick in my last 15. I think it's 17 drafts now. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Well, it's not like the NBA is a game where the top 5 picks are disproportionately effective than compared to the rest.
Is there a huge tier gap after 5?
Yeah, there's some fucking studs up there, man. I mean, it's Wemby, Jokic, Shea, like absolute Luka, just absolute studs, man.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that Giannis has like a really good playoff schedule too. Luka's without Braun for like a bit at least, so he could smash to start the season as well. Like it's a big gap after pick 1, then pick 3, then pick 5. Like,
do you know about the LeBron injury, Pete?
No, I just knew that he had a big announcement to make and ended up being an advertisement. What's the latest?
Many such cases. He has sciatica.
Really?
A 40-year-old man. Just
like a guy who like has been lauded as, he's outside of like Brian Johnson. He's the closest thing we have to someone who's going to live forever with how he takes care of his body.
Yeah.
He's just like walking around with gout and sciatica.
It's sad, man. Never
All right, I'm on the clock. John, Brees, Jane Daniels, Rashee Rice. Who should I take?
Fade the Brees stuff and go with your heart here, Pete.
All right. I'll take Rashee Rice.
All right.
I don't know if that's where my heart's at, but I'm going to take him.
Rashi's a pretty big tier break. That
was my thought with these running backs all seem pretty similar after him.
Yeah, for sure. Oh God, the small. Okay, I get Rashee in my other one, so that's good.
Let's relax, Trevor. There's a huge tier gap after pick 1. All right, whoa.
Push the plane in Dawg Bowls if you don't get the 101, man.
I think he's talking hoops, and he's not wrong.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is it Trevor? Are you a hoops guy? I don't know.
All right.
Guys,
what are you gonna do next?
I'm not that smart. What's sciatica?
It's like lower back pain.
Oh, like
you're too much of an athlete to know what sciatica is. You've never had it.
No, I haven't had that one before.
Man, all this talk about sciatica, I'm gonna have to go with the standing desk.
Oh, dude, I hate this pick so much.
Wow, Ned's bleeding the clock down.
I know, dude. I'm stressed. I'm freaking stressed, man. I hate this pick. I also hate getting locked out, dude. At running back, I've been locked out at running back a number of times in Dawg Bowls, and
I'll give you some scrolls. I'll give you some scrolls.
John, I'm at pick 13. I don't need a scroll yet.
Take Pickens. No, that's what I'm saying. I'll give you some running back scrolls after. Take Pickens and play the game environment. Let's go.
I should just be taking Deebo Samuel. This is ridiculous. But
no, he's gonna.
Why am I?
U-tag. People are scared, dude. People are scared.
He's not coming back though. Oh my goodness.
I'll give you some scrolls and Nez like I'm good. Whoa. I'm good.
Not yet, man. I didn't. but I'll take Pickens here and play the game environment. I think that makes sense.
I want to
Mahomes.
take Rome. Well, who do you want? Oh, man, you want me to do the? I want to go cheap quarterback.
Okay.
John is the devil on both of our shoulders here. Just
Well,
chirping.
I was trying to get Pete to do some crazy shit and like take Ty Weapon in the Taekwon Brothers Bowl. Here.
Now I feel very relieved to have not have selected Patrick Mahomes there. I will say, Nez, what in your dog bowls are that you guys have done? Like, how often is Rice paired with Mahomes? Because their ADPs line up perfectly there.
Honestly, man, I don't see it done that much because people. Fuck. I know you screwed yourself. What? I mean, dude, no, people prefer to take running back or with Rashee Rice most of the time. You don't see a lot of Mahomes with Rice. I mean, I would do Mahomes and Rice, but I do a lot of Mahomes on the left side of the board trying to get Xavier Worthy, and then Xavier Worthy never falls. But that's what I try to do.
A part of me did die, Nez, when you said you've done a little bit of Hollywood, but you've done no Ty Weapon, that you just gave up after his zero burger last week.
Yeah, bro. We were laughing at Ty Weapon believers. Like, when you drafted Ty Weapon, I'm like, yes, I did, and I'd do it again. But no, it's completely his time has passed, man. It's so done.
He smoked me in the pick'em lobby. I would never have shared it because I know the rule. I'm familiar with the rule. If I build one on my own accord, I cannot flex it in the Discord after.
Honestly,
yeah. We had a 7.
That hasn't popped up this year. Sorry, go ahead.
I had a JMO higher, a Goff 2 touchdown higher, a Kareem Hunt lower, a Mahomes passing lower, a Worthy. And then I had a Ty Weapon, like one last leg for that for a 5K, and he just decided to go goose egg on us.
What?
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Unfortunately, I'm glad you didn't share that.
God, dude, that'll keep you up at night. He's the only one. What'd you have on him? A higher?
25.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, like I would have thought that was fine, but then I guess people were smarter than me, and yeah, the Chiefs didn't need a downfield weapon against the Lions. Obviously, didn't you know?
Do you guys want to fill us in what you got cooking in your off-screen dog bowls?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot.
You were too busy thinking about suggesting Ty Weapon for my 6th-round pick that you forgot that you were in a draft.
This one's it still hasn't filled. I just hopped out.
Okay, you're good.
I got Rice and Rico in mind.
Okay. Are you from the 8 or 9 slot?
11.
Okay.
Yeah, so he fell, and then
double little scoop there relative to the selections in this one.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I autoed Rico. I probably would have stacked Mahomes, but I like Rico, so it's fine.
Yeah, Rico's a guy you can push in these rooms right now that people are very skittish on.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So in this one, Nez did the Daniels in Pickens. Still hard to know if he wanted Pickens or if he was bullied by Jon into the selection. I took Rashee Rice and Rome Odunze and was definitively not bullied by Jon. And then immediately regretted not taking Mahomes when I learned how rare it actually was.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. All right, Jon, let's see here. Let's buckle up here. Lots of quarterbacks and tight ends. Running backs, we are holy shit. We're going to sit on running back. We're going to go full punt there. Let's get another wide receiver in here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Tet feels good. Gives you another stack option, and it gives you the Mason Taylor bring back conversation, or if you want to do like Fields, Taylor.
Sorry, I'm going YOLO. Jordan Addison. I heard Nez told me that either Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison is going nuts this game. I don't have access to Justin Jefferson. Ergo, Jordan Addison needs to be on my team.
Cool. Do you like playing that stacked now from this point forward? Like you'll do like something like Goddard and Wentz, or you'll do like, naked Hurts if he comes back. Like any thoughts on, how you play Addison in the Dawg Bowl?
I think I think for the Dawg Bowl, you probably just want to play him as a one-off or like as part of Hurts stuff. What do you guys think? Do you need to get to Wentz in the 12s?
I don't think so. But if it's like your last round pick, it could make sense against the Eagles if they're. But yeah, it seems thin. It seems thin. All right, I just went Kamara because man, I just need a running back. Just terribly so.
Nez and I were staring at each other playing chicken at running back, and Nez blinked.
I blinked, brother. I
blinked so quick.
10 times that I blinked.
I
all right,
let God show off his deep running back plays based on God. This is gonna be a Bam. I keep saying Bam night. This is gonna be a Bo night team.
It is Bam night.
No, it is Bam. I keep saying Bo. God damn it.
It's actually crazy that you said that, Pete, because I was already queuing up Bam night on this squad like an hour ago.
This team has it written all over it.
You're locked into Bam night right now, bro.
I think what I'm going to do is I just want to take Caleb stacked up with Rome because I feel like the Rome pick is, based on like the projection, he's like slightly overvalued. And I feel like there's some ambiguity there now. And so if he's hitting in a big way, I think I want Caleb as part of that.
Yeah, when you're trying to finish top 3, I think it makes a ton of sense. Dude, when you're like just looking at these boards, when you are at these like last 4 picks, like 9 through 12, if you really have to take a running back within these first 2 rounds to feel good.
I feel great, and I don't have one.
Yeah.
0 RB, it's back, bitches.
Yeah, I feel like dog shit.
You think our boy Brontosaurus, who peppered the leaderboard last week, was like, "Oh yeah, Keyshawn Booty, baby"? Every time.
He was. Did he have 10 of them? I think he was vibing out to that selection.
He literally had half a ball.
That's how we're gonna feel about Bam night. Actually,
I hope you do.
Does anyone want to play Dawg Bowl only, knowing that Calvin Ridley's out? Like. Any love for like trailing script Tajay Spears or trailing script, Tony Redacted, like any love for that potential as you scroll at the running back position.
Please don't blow up our round 6 selection, John.
I think you guys are going to have full access to Spears and Pollard if you want them. I'm just going to go on a limb. I think Spears is a good, pick your poison. Last round running back for sure. I did RJ Harvey. I was in a spot between Spears and Harvey, and I went Harvey and played like blowout game environment there. But Spears off the rip had a pretty decent role, and yeah.
I haven't looked into that spot this week because I was just like disinterested with the matchup in a vacuum. But like the Spears outsnapped them 59% to 43%. Game logs will favor the targets in Spears' direction, right? Yeah, 4-2. He had 4 catches. Tony Redacted did not. Red zone opportunities are few and far between for that team, but they each had 1 last week. Yeah. Pretty
John.
gross. Yeah, buddy.
Do we take
Colston Loveland? Yeah, absolutely.
No. I'm sitting on it because I don't trust Tubins here. Because I think he might like my idea. I think he might like it. Hang on, Chad. Which team do you love so far? John or Nez's or mine or someone else? Wow, Trevion and a Pats blowout. I was going to say, I do think we go tight end here first, John. And then, I mean, the 2 teams behind us have double running back, and I don't think Nez is going with an RB2 here.
Yeah. I think he's leaving the light on for Ertz.
So I was going to say, do we take Brock Bowers?
Oh, yes. Now we do. Now that you said it out loud. Yes,
like what are these people doing? I mean, Brock Bowers, he practiced yesterday or today. Like, what are we doing? I mean, you guys are going to let me waltz into these Dawg Bowl rooms out of practice and just take the best tight end in fantasy football in the 5th round? Thank you very much.
It's only fitting the KC game stack to get you to KC.
Exactly.
Who's healthier at this very moment in time? Who is healthier? Jacoby Myers or Brock Bowers?
Jacoby practiced today. That was a peaceful protest from Jacoby this week.
Okay.
Nice. I get Zach Ertz to stack. That's very fun. You like that? I'm just gonna let that time out while I sit and think about: do I want Ramondre? Do I want no? We're not doing Ramondre, man.
Right, take Bam Knight, baby. Do it.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, John. We're taking Ramondre.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look, John. I will let you pretend that I am on Shark Tank and I'm Mark Cuban and I took a break from defending the billionaire owner of the Clippers on Pablo Torre's podcast to hear your pitch on a non-Ramondre investment opportunity. And the riches include a trip to Kansas City.
Okay. We saw him get the goal line roll. We saw him with an explosive reception last time out, 20 yards on one isolated play. In the last 2 weeks, he in red zone opportunities, 5 for him. Michael Carter and DiMarcado combined for, that's actually not a great stat in my favor here. So I'm going to omit that one. Team targets, what are we working with here? Michael Carter. Oh shit. Yeah, don't take Bam Knight.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I was really open to listening to you make a compelling argument. You're going to walk in to Shark Tank and immediately pivot on one of your convincing stats.
And you know who one of the most successful 1-yard rushing quarterbacks in the history of our game is? It's Jacoby Brissett, and it's trending towards like he might be playing again too. So yeah, he's going to take away that short yardage stuff as well.
Sharks, this is a bad idea. Yeah, that's going to be a no for us.
Oh man, that was one of those people. I don't know if you watch Shark Tank. Sometimes it's on my in-laws. There's people that come into Shark Tank. They have like no sales. They have no idea how to value the company, and they're like, "I want $500,000 for like 5% of my company," and like it's reversible underwear. Like, what do you think? No sales, but like women be shot. That's a real thing.
Yeah. I genuinely, I want to be completely honest. I was ready to be swayed. I was going to let John, and then I heard his argument and I couldn't have clicked Ramondre fast enough.
This split wasn't even overly convincing. And after they even said they were going to start Bam Knight, like they still started Michael Carter. 51% for Bam Knight last week, 44% for Michael Carter. DiMarcado got hurt and only played 4%. It's gross.
A couple housekeeping things here. First of all, from the top of the show, missed our guy David handing out 5 memberships to both the Pete Overzet and Badge Bros channels. Thank you, David. I mean, this guy, he's like a slot machine for YouTube memberships, just constantly spitting out Fridays and Mondays. Thank you, David. Much appreciated. Also, a handful of you guys had the correct touchdown trio in the comment section. We offered a giveaway for the Underdog Masterclass, and this is going to be for my channel. There were 4 correct entries, so we're going to spin here. One of you will win Trent Travioli, Miles Westfield Fantasy Football, and Big Sleep Baugh. I believe I have those correct. John, are you good after me to do a little spin?
Yeah, I think we had 4 on our channel as well.
Are they the same 4? Were they double dipping or different?
Sorry. Travioli, Big Sleep. Yes, Miles is the same, and no, that's it. I think it was just Miles. It's the same.
Okay. All right. I'm going to spin here. After this show, whichever one of you wins, drop your email in the comments or let me know a way to contact you to get your email so we can get you your comped Underdog Masterclass course. Congratulations to all of you. It is going to be Trent Wirt, the winner here.
Where's the button? Nez?
I don't have. I'm not an admin.
Oh yeah.
You guys can't hear it. I had made this change on StreamYard, or sorry, on Wheel of Names. You can change the victory noise. It used to, I always just had the applause. Someone suggested, it was Rob, suggested I change it to a howl. And I just got to hear the wolf howl, and no one else did because it's like Chrome tab versus window. But just trust me, it was good. John, do you want to screen share? You want me to type these?
Yeah, why don't you type it in now that you got it pulled up? It's really easy. I got the 4 names right here.
Yep.
It's Skyrocket was one of them.
Okay.
Miles Westfield, FFB.
Yep.
Best Ball Bob.
Oh, let's go, Bob.
And then TMW. Put Tyler. Tyler's in there. Tyler is TMWW67M or something when it appears. So. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. Good luck. Big money, big money, big money, big money, big money, big money. It is going to be Skyrocket. Congratulations.
It's at Skyrocket, who I believe is Rocket Sauce, but I'm not 100% certain here. But at Skyrocket. Okay, cool.
Hang on, guys. I can't edge you guys about this wolf howl. I got to make sure I get this one so you guys can hear
include
it.
the sound with the screen share, please.
Here you go.
Listen to this. That's ominous. I don't want that howl to be associated with my name. It sounds like
it's spooky season, man.
It is.
Right there, you go.
A perfect segue to boost over, baby.
Oh my goodness, that's right, folks. You know the time. Let's pick them. Spicy margs,
radioactive spice.
Let's spice it up, slop it up. I mean,
slide.
Permission to slide, Your Honor.
You sliders.
That's a 65X. That makes me feel things. Oh. All right. Here we go, folks. I have not hit a pick'em since the second Clinton administration, so do tail at your own risk. Underdog has given me 1,000 boosts based on my performance here. I should also mention, speaking of legitimate things, so we have a gimme pick on the site because hoop season is here. There's a Kevin Durant gimme in the lobby. This is a site-wide promotion, so everyone should have this. This is obviously good until tip on the 21st. But if you want to take advantage of it for NFL action this week, go ahead and do it. It will be, if it's the final leg, you are home. You have made it there, assuming Kevin Durant can score more than 1 point, rebound, or assist. Where do you guys want to start here with the core?
I've got a ton of noise outside, so I apologize if you hear it. I'm going to go to my tried and true Tony Redacted. Oh. This hits every time. Lower on combo scrimmage yards here.
Wait, didn't it not hit the last time we used it?
No comment.
My tried and true
every time except the last time.
No, the Arizona game, it did not. It did not.
Yeah,
but it did hit against Vegas.
Okay.
And it's going to hit here. Lower 57. Oh, it's at 56.5 because I put it in my dummy pick, so I had a list of cores here. Pretty simple thesis here, man. They are 7-point dogs to the Patriots. Patriots really stingy on the ground. On top of it, Tyjae Spears is back and already assumed a greater role in the backfield than Tony after 1 week. I don't see why that would necessarily change here. Even if they do try to run, I just don't think they're going to have a lot of success against the Patriots. They are a total pass funnel, so. Yeah, Tony lowers until I decide they're not good anymore.
All right, there you go. John, where do you want to go?
I got a couple angles that I like this week, but I think I want to play into the Stone Cold Chalk of the week and the game environment and what Uninvaded think is sharp with Judkin's higher rush attempts, and they just attempt to pound the F out of it. And, he's getting these high yardage totals and stuff like that. But I think, taking efficiency out of it and just being like, they're just going to run the rock as much as possible in this matchup.
Yeah, so higher 18.5 here, 0.85x. But the
Actually, I
getting
didn't
to the
see that.
19. That's right. I mean, I've been doing the 0.85xers in here as well.
Okay.
I want to
Have a
look at
second one.
a couple of mine. So I've done last week. The Pittman burned me. He is at 5.5. I think last week he was at 4.5 and only had 2. The other one I'm really interested in is this QJ stuff. And I wanted to check here the best way to play QJ. Before the injury, 6 receptions, 8 receptions. The targets were really good. Does Unabated have anything on what it likes most on QJ?
Let me run something real quick.
I think like it would be either probably receptions or like longest receptions for me. Just eyeballing it.
Their favorite would be it's kind of like mute point. Just go with your heart.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to use the longest reception there. I mean, the Colts corners are just completely atrocious. We don't have to worry about like, if we get the like, oh, it's a little limited snaps. I mean, I think they'll still be high leverage, but I don't even think we're getting that. He's fully off the injury report. So we should be good to go here with QJ. I'm debating, do I want to use my gimme pick here? That's $10 max. We'll use our boost here on the core. If you got a boost Tober here, you can get this up to 6.33x, fellas, for the core.
Nice.
All right. Going to drop that in the private and public chats. I will, as always, post these after the show.
Can we permission to do a second core this week, Your Honor? Just because I think the boys just need a dub here. The boys need a 6. We just need a little 6x dub this week with the boost.
Okay.
Do you want to start us off?
Because you don't have confidence in that first one.
No, I got confidence.
I
got confidence. We just I want 2 shots on goal, Pete. This is like if I had 150 pick'ems, I would win 2 mindset right here. Like
really? Because that is not. Apparently, I need 300 pick'ems.
Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off. Saquon Barkley, higher receiving yards.
This is your go-to.
This is my go-to. He either smashes it or he only has 2 receptions. And I think this game environment could play up enough in both directions that it's needed a little bit here. And it just takes one from a guy that's explosive.
Yep. Nez, you got another one you like here?
Yeah, I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor, similar pick here, higher receiving yards for JT. Just been involved, just one of the sickest roles in football this year. Has hit this in 2 of his last 3 spots here. And in this game in particular, I don't think it's inconceivable that they're playing from behind and he gets a few more targets than usual in this spot. So, yeah, I was liking this number.
Cool.
I think what I'm going to do for I'm going to do, that's actually a pretty high number. I was going to do Caleb fantasy points at 20.55 there. I think I'm going to stick with it. I mean, this is a Caleb eruption spot for us here. I'm going to go Caleb fantasy points, 20.55.
I like this one because I think you can see him run a good bit in this spot too against the Saints.
I'm going to go ahead and toss in my gimme pick too to get this up to a little 10xer here.
Perfect.
Might have to run this twice because it is going to cap you at the 10. So if I'm sharing with you guys one that includes the Kevin Durant gimme, feel free to take it out and just roll it as core part 2 there for you guys.
We'll definitely do something hoops adjacent on Tuesday's stream for opening night tip for you guys to use your Kevin Durant as well.
All right. Our guy, Jacob, who is always giving us picks. I still don't even know the sport that he's giving us picks for. Like it could be like archery. It could be like snowshoeing. I have no clue what it is, but he always talks about this guy Kofoids.
Buddy
We might
Kofoid,
actually-
baby.
Might be a robot. Is it like battle bots? What is the sport?
Buddy, baby.
Buddy
This is-
Kofoid, type of racing. And it's
World
called
of Outlaws
World
Racing.
of Outlaws. And like the type of cars that they drive, my cousin, I don't know if he still drives. He drives like a similar type of car. I forget what they're called. But yeah, Buddy Kofoid is just automatic, man. He just every time he's in the lobby, we just play his better finish, and he's just an automatic green dot for us.
They're called
Alright.
they're called sprint cars, Nez.
Okay, I think he drove an adjacent one of sprint car, and he drove like a funny car, is what they called it.
Oh yeah.
All right. There you go.
Funny cars usually like drag like straightforward, and then sprint car is like dirt track oval.
Okay.
All right. Let's build a couple more here. You guys want to do a game environment?
I do want to do a game environment.
What do you got for us?
I really wanted to do a game environment, and I saw Dave cooking in the chat here, and I'm like, yo, we might just have to play that one that Dave just suggested.
Dave, this is some sick shit.
That
Phantom
is
plus
so
Taysom plus
sick.
Gadsden
I love
TDs. What? Let's all play a guessing game. What do we think the multiplier is on that?
38.
Fannin, Taysom, and Gadsden.
I'm gonna say 52x.
I'm gonna say 39. I'm gonna $1 John on that.
Ooh.
$24x. All right. We were all way too. To me, that means we can't play it. It's only 25x.
The Fannin bet has gone mainstream.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In my head, I was like, if it is at the level of one of our guesses or higher, I will play it. But I'm not. I can't play that. Yeah, Dave says no, don't play that.
No, he didn't expect you to click on his comment.
All right, which game environment are we going to?
I already played it, and now I gotta hit the cancel button.
No, keep it.
John. No, John, you can do it, and then you can laugh at us and say we chickened out. What game, Nez?
Yeah, there's not a ton of game environments that I like, but Philly and Minnesota, I think we all kind of were in agreement. Should have some good prices for us.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the Barkley receiving thing because we already have that as part of the core?
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd love to get in like an Addison tutty in here or an Addison slide of some sort.
Yeah, let's see. Addison tutty is how many X?
1.49. So it's like tutty or 60 yards receiving is also in that same ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Slide that thing up to 79.
That's what I was going to see. Like, what is his longest reception as well? Would be like a 30-yarders, a 1.5. So you're looking at like touchdown, 60 yards, or 30-yard reception, all similar multiplier.
I kind of like playing a slide on one receiver here and then a slide on another receiver on the other side. And I like Addison yardage total.
Yeah. Take it up to 79.5.
Nez?
Yeah. Yep.
And then you want to pick a Smitty or an AJB?
Whomever gives us a better price point.
Smitty for sure.
Yeah.
Smitty's 48.5 starting price and AJ Brown's 59.5.
All right.
How do you get to 1.6x for Devontae Smith in receptions? Oh, gee, it goes right to 2.3.
Oh.
Because his touchdown's 1.6.
Yeah, so 1.6 would be the equivalent of, jumps from 1.38 yards at 69.5 to 80 being 1.9.
In a vacuum with Devonta, I like to bet on like the efficiency and the outlier more than the volume.
I agree. So I think either a yard slide or longest reception slide.
What do we got for longest reception? If we get to 30, it's 1.4.
If you go up to 35, you're at 2.05.
Okay.
So that gets you a 28x if you include Barkley's receiving, and then you have a double slide Addison to 80 yards and Devontae longest reception 34.5. The equivalent for receiving yards to get him to would be do you like 80 receiving yards for 1.9 or one
Yeah.
catch for over 35 for slightly more.
I'm team 80, I think.
I think I kind of like the 80 too. Just like
It definitely, yeah, it feels better putting in an entry for sure. Longest reception, like I love longest reception, but yeah, 80 just feels better.
all right.
Let's do it.
There you go. Lock
think
that one. What?
Oh, it's
Pick-
back. It's back. It's back. Just a quick.
Okay, there we go. Quick one.
Yeah.
I think in a vacuum, we as a community almost always overstate longest play equity.
I
Well,
could
it's
see
fun.
that.
You ever consider that? It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, there's that. I mean, I guess the counter to that is Pat Fryermuth last night. Like it's just like, oh yeah, any player can just go for 80 at a given moment in the right setup.
Absolutely.
All right, maybe 1 to 2 more here.
Private chat,
and
please.
then Private chat. Yes.
Where jars out.
I thought you were saying like I need to have a sidebar conversation with you.
Yeah. We
Private
please
chat
take this
right now.
offline, Pete. We're gonna have to talk about some of the picks you're making, please. We're gonna have a conference this evening.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun to do something with. We could do who should we? Let's do another like Uber slide.
Okay.
Who are some plays that you like? Who could spike here?
Pittman or Pierce one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like we kind of were all a little bit in lockstep with a little bit of Colts.
We could
Air
do like a
magic.
Johnston and Pierce kind of big
I think
play
Pierce
slide.
makes sense.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, you can get him up to 80 yards at 3.37.
Yeah, I kind of like this 80-yard threshold that we got going on.
I just want to see because QJ, if you took him to 80 yards, that's like a 13.1. You could maybe take him up to 90 for a 16, or do you guys see something else you like?
I'm cool with 80 on QJ.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We could put one more thing in here if we want.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be this game either.
Do you want to get your Gadsden take? You're right. It doesn't have to be this game. I do like the correlations of like the big play receivers. I feel like we've had some success with that.
Yeah.
Opposite each other.
Yeah. Gadsden.
JCM yard slide is fun. What's his 68.5? It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a good number. Solid. Very healthy.
What's Ertz looking like? Man, Ertz is a lock for 4 receptions.
I know.
I hate to say it. People like Vidal TD or something with Vidal. He's even money to score a tutty.
That's wild.
That is wild.
I almost think I'd rather play him like through the receptions or receiving yards.
Mm-hmm.
Number one edge in this game is Vidal lower receiving yards according to the unrated stuff right now. 4.6%.
Oh man. People want us to get into. We're gonna try to keep these main slate, but we can.
Yeah.
With the JMO, we
Always
can say that.
+1 to a JMO suggestion.
Yes.
What do you want to do? Rashi Rice, like welcome back game. It just feels like this number's too low.
Yeah, the 5.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to play him receptions
for sure.
I mean, if you just add him on, that's a 25er there. So Alec Pierce,
Roll.
80, QJ, 80, Rashi Rice, 6 receptions, easy game.
Yep.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. Public chat, private chat.
Any other angles you guys want to hit? I have a suggestion if we are like unsure where to go.
I'm not feeling super inspired, so give us a suggestion.
I think we should just do we should get a little haterade action in. Let's do some lowers.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 lowers.
Good. I can I can definitely get some haterade going here. All right, you get we'll all do a core haterade here.
Okay. I'm going to start with a lower This is gonna hurt, but fellas, just take a sip. Take a sip. Devon Achane lower 68.5 rush yards.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
It's a big number. It's a big number. We've seen Devon Achane put up 16 rush yards against the Panthers, 30 rush yards against New England. This is a tough customer in Cleveland, at Cleveland here. Sure, they're probably going to pound the rock a lot and with the weather, but I have a feeling that Cleveland is aware of these dynamics. So I'm going to go ahead and take a lower there.
All right, I like that one. Nez, John, you got one. I'm doing a little poking around to see which one I want to go with.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I have one
as well.
Let me see what kind of Rico haterade. Let's play one here. Man, do we try the 63.5 rushing yards? God, that is a scary haterade to do. How about this one? How about like on top of let's just say Nez is bullish on Gatson. I'm bullish on QJ. Let's say Lad goes to 0 and is back under 60.5 here.
That's fun. It's not fun, but I like where
in the context of this exercise, it's fun.
Yeah, I like the flow chart there.
Let's play the inverse of Pete's flow chart there and go Chuba lower and play Rico retains the backfield 70-30.
Yeah. Do you want to play him? I guess they don't have fantasy points. I guess it'd be you want to go lower what was my line I set for?
34.5?
It's I see 33.5 here.
Let's play the lower on the rushing yards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was unabated's number one edge this morning at 34.5. Now it's 33.5. I don't imagine that changes a whole lot.
Achane lower 68.5 yards. Lad lower 60.5. Chuba 33.5. I can get on board with that.
People are scared to put Chuba rush attempts up. Underdog doesn't have it. I don't see it anywhere.
I wanted to see they were waiting for my guess.
They were.
Market
Maker Pete needs to tell us what to put.
All right, last one. Let's do like a Dawg Bowl-esque TD bomb min 50x.
All right.
We can get some show off plays here.
I'm gonna this is a play that we've used, but I like like when I saw the Addison touchdown, I was very, very into that. That's like a 1.5x for a touchdown.
Yep.
That's huge.
We were having a hard time like getting to him in there go my lights as we hit 5:00. I want to do Matthew Golden's only 1.28 to score. I was hoping he'd be up in like the Addison range.
Wow. That's nice.
What do you guys think about playing the hits here? Tough run defense on the other side, in my estimation, because of Jeffrey Simmons. But Drake May 1.66x for the rushing touchdown.
Cool.
That's good. I got a good one for you. JM just put him in our lineup. He's hard to get to in the 6-mans, but if like that game hits and Sutton is just middling, little Troy Franklin 1.69x against the Giants secondary there. So this gets us up to a 25. We probably just need one more like 1.5er.
Okay.
I just want to see. I'm just going to pick a random like 1.5er here to if I can find one.
I just thought of another slide
I'm
here.
Looking at baseball. Who do you want?
It's not a touchdown though, so it kind of breaks the thing.
It sure does.
Yeah.
This John, I'm sorry, brother. We got to stay on theme here.
If
you do AJ Brown scoring a tutty, that takes you to 55.5 at 1.38.
Let's roll, and we get a little bit of game correlation in there. Let's roll.
Exactly.
Too easy.
Addison, AJ Brown, mini, Franklin Spike, Drake May, powered by Vrabel's hate, rumbles into the end zone, and we get a 55.5x.
Oh, Dane with the Kittle to play. After the PTP slate yesterday where we talked Puka out, Kittle in, and then it doesn't matter because 2.26% owned Pat Freiermuth goes for 25 fantasy points.
Well, there you go. Also, did we have an update to pass along from Numi about the JJM stuff?
Yes. Yeah. So if you check your rankings, he's rolled out. So he's emergency QB that qualifies as an out tag for the Dog app. You might have to refresh.
Okay.
But he is ruled out. So if you have JJ McCarthy teams, he will swap at the beginning of the slate, so you don't have to really worry about when that'll hit.
Yep, good
Okay.
play by the team there.
Yep, there it is. You got the O tag. Good thought there. I believe one of the Dawg Bowls I did yesterday. Did we take McCarthy? I drafted some just absolutely horrendous Dawg Bowl teams on stream yesterday.
Yeah, I think you did in the Big Fungy name game.
Yes. Was this? Yes, this was the Big Fudgy, which I will say, if you guys haven't been watching the Battle Royale Bash, hopefully you guys are familiar with the concept. YouTube members hop on stream, draft teams with me. Yesterday, Big Fudgy from the Discord came on and immediately said, I have a riddle for you that you must solve only using clues based on the players I want to draft. And it was a goddamn adventure and a ton of fun. So go back and watch the Battle Royale.
I missed that. I need to see the Fudgy.
Yes, it got rave reviews from people here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pete Carroll, guys, saying Brock Bowers close to returning. What do you? I mean, aside from me getting on that pretty early, are you guys going to start drafting him in the 12s this week?
Why not? Oh my goodness! Let's go!
Right when I'm about to end the stream, Justin to the Badge Bros wants you guys to build this.
Brees over yards. So this is not me. We're gonna put combo because I think Brees is doing it all. Genty over yards. Guessing he means everything. You can specify. Rice. I love this. Everything's. Oh, there's Judkins. This is nuts.
Are you doing Genty scrimmage or rushing?
I did scrimmage, unless Justin clarifies.
What's the scrimmage yards number? 80.5. Okay. Rice, I assume, is just receiving yards. Judkins under. All right, there we go. Let the haterade roll through you. Barkley over. Are you doing scrimmage on that one?
I did. Yeah.
Did you do scrimmage on Judkins?
I didn't for some reason. I was like, that's already pretty big.
Yeah. Okay. And then Barkley, you did higher, and then Stevenson. People forget he was my 6th round Dawg Bowl pick. Are you doing double on him, Nez? 65.5 or just the 46.5?
Let's just do rushing.
Yeah. Right,
I'm interpreting the super chat to how I see fit.
The super chat is on your account, so I am not putting $50 on this. But I will tail and drop the link in the chat for everybody here.
I'm putting the full 100 that Justin threw at us.
There you go.
I mean, he gave us this for a reason. He's speaking. I'm listening.
That's right.
This is gonna
hit. He saw the signs. There you go. Appreciate that, Justin. Thank you. And thank you to everybody tuning in, hanging out today. Jesus, as I drop my glasses.
I thought that was a StreamYard sound effect.
Yes. Yeah. The next, you unlocked a 40x pick'em. Oh, Underdog should just play that sound at the end of my slates. It's just crashing noises, cymbals banging together.
That's what it sounds like.
All right. Anything else from you guys? Nez, do we get a no strip tonight?
Tomorrow. Hopefully Dawg Bowl is up and running still, but yeah, we're going to go live tomorrow night regardless.
All right, perfect. I'm going to be live tomorrow as well at 8 Eastern. Chad Candles will be joining me. Hopefully we'll be able to do some Dawg Bowl stuff as well, so you can get a double header Dawg Bowl kind of night here if you guys are YouTube members on the Badge Bros. Pete Overzet YouTube channel. What else, John? Anything else you want to mention here?
Yeah, we had Winky on for NBA on Tuesday. So anybody looking to get in the double dribble streets over the weekend, I thought there was some really good alpha there, talking about some preseason rotation stuff, talking about some of his favorite picks on the board. People forget that he won 150K with first and second in the best ball stuff on Redacted last year. So that's very impressive stuff. And I thought it was a really good show. And shout out to Justin, man, $100. He's rolled through with some donations at times before.
Yeah.
And valued member of the community. And that was above and beyond, man. Always appreciated, but never expected. Love it, bro. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Good luck this weekend. We'll see you on the shows. Tomorrow, I'll have the cram on Sunday morning, and you will see one of us atop the leaderboards, maybe holding hands with one of you guys. But the cabal has spoken, and one of Jon, Nez, or myself have to win this weekend. It is preordained in the clouds. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next time on Off and On the